The following is a recording of a live online CraftCast production. Please note this recording is for personal use only.
All right, first coming up, let me unmute Adina and her partner, Laura. Hi, Adinda, you are unmuted.
Hi, Alison.
Hi, honey. All right, and now let me brag about this for a second first, because I want to show some pictures. Let me move this, and let me bring up this. All right, so I'm cruising around, of course, on the web at night, like, oh, sure, I know we all do that. And I don't know where I saw this, but I totally freaked out. I thought, oh my gosh, this is like exquisite. So then I tracked this down and I found Adinda's website. Who is on tonight who's crocheting? I'd love to know. I know, right? People are saying, wow. I know, right? Color is beautiful. This is where, when I talked about before, we can learn something, even if you've never crocheted, about color and how to put things together and texture and everything. Isn't that great, Kathy? All right, Georgianne. Georgianne is on. She said, I got this because you shared the link, right? Isn't it fantastic? Okay, so I tracked her down and she said, I don't have very good English, but Laura, who helps me, does. I'm like, I think your English is fine and we love your work. So we're very excited that you're coming on. So there's a close-up. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, all right, I'm just going to show this. So I ordered her kit. And you know what, Sally, why don't you put the links in for her kit and her website for Adinda's kit, the first one on there, Adinda's World. I'm just saying, I just want everyone on to take a look at that. This is the box that came to my house. I felt like I got a birthday present or it was Christmas. And it is beautiful. The materials are exquisite. There's a little goodie you can see right here. She also sells, which we'll talk about in a second, just a book of her pattern. You don't have to buy those particular yarns. It comes with a cute little goodie in there. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So I'm going to show you everything with the video, and Adina, you can talk along with it if you'd like. We love your work. We're just saying.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So here is the booklet. And now, Adina, tell us, how long have you been doing crocheting and all of this?
Well, a very long time, because I started, I think, when I was six years old. So I was very little. But it was not that somebody taught me. I only saw my grandmothers doing it and my mother. And, well, I think I learned it myself.
You did. But you do the traditional stitches in crochet.
Yes.
You do.
Yes.
And then
I think I do.
You think you do, right? Okay. And then, because what you had said to me is, don't be afraid to try. Isn't that so? There's the booklet, everyone. And I'm just going to tell you right now that you get, I think didn't we do through Sunday, if you buy the instructions, and Sally's putting that link in to the box, you get 2 for 1. So let's say you want one and it's a great little gift to give to a friend. So you can take advantage of that. You get 2 for 1 through Sunday. It's wonderful. I've been reading it at night, just studying it, trying to learn everything. So something like this, just talk us through, like, people who are doing this kind of work. Is this all attached on top, correct? All of the embellishments? You do that separately. Okay. So, because you had said, don't be afraid to try something on your own. You don't have to make it perfect for all of these things.
Yes, that's true.
And I thought, oh, good, I feel better just knowing that. But this is wonderful. Now, tell everyone, do you have any, did you start a YouTube channel on how you're doing some of this?
Yes, I only started some weeks ago for the special things that probably some people might not know how to do. It's just to show and to help people who bought the pattern or the kit, so they can understand the stitches better.
Okay. Well, it's beautiful. We love it. And Laura, did you want to add anything in there? I know you're a crocheter and you also send out all of the orders and all of that for everyone.
Yes, yes. Well, yeah. Well, I love Adina's work as well, of course, and I am lucky enough to send all these kits all around the world at this moment. And what I like to add, because we didn't mention it before, is that you were talking about this coupon code.
Yes.
Yes, but we brought in a coupon code in our web shop for this pattern, what you can buy by this link from yours, of course. So maybe, I don't know where you want to add this coupon code, if you want to mention it now or
yes,
afterwards.
Let's tell everyone what the coupon code is.
Yes, the coupon code, when you like to buy 2 patterns, you can use the coupon code I Love Tools pattern, and it's without any spaces in between. It's the in capitals. Capitals I Love Tools pattern, and you use that coupon code when you like to buy a pattern, and you add the other pattern in the web shop.
There you go. So I Love Tools pattern.
Yes.
And that's perfect. And we really appreciate it. We love it. Both these women have come on from the Netherlands. They are up now at 1:30 in the morning. How sweet is that? So we love supporting other artists from around the world who do all this beautiful work and are willing to share everything with us. Have no hesitation on ordering the full shebang with all the wool. It is so much fun. I think I squealed when I opened it up. So
we have another coupon code for that.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yes, for I Love Tools as well.
Okay, great.
Tonight, because of this webinar. We have the coupon code when you buy the Cherry Blossom kit.
Yes.
The Cherry Blossom, you can add for free the folklore pattern. So you get 2 patterns in 1 kit.
Okay.
So you buy the kit and then you put in the coupon code, the I Love Tools in capitals kit.
Okay, so there you go.
I Love Tools kit.
So
all in capitals.
Okay, all in capitals. I Love Tools kit and I Love Tools pattern. And
yes,
you'll really enjoy everyone looking at that website. Thank you so much, Adinda and Laura, for coming on. We really appreciate it. Now get back to bed.
Welcome.
Yeah, we will. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys. Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Aren't they just adorable? So love that. All right. So I'm glad I got to share that with everyone. All right. So now we have the next thing I want to show you all is, I don't know, how many people use gilding wax? I'd love to know. Let me just type in that box there. I'm going to start showing this. All right. So Claire Moncel, who does amazing polymer work, she did those bangles I showed you. When she was here, she pulled these babies out, and they're called metallic gilding wax. I'd never seen them before. They are by Creative Expressions. Of course, I had to order some right away. I love them. Here are some colors that I ordered, and I'm going to show you what they look like on the on polymer clay in a second here. And they don't have the same odor as gilding wax, and they're sort of softer. They're more usable, malleable. I don't really know the right word to use there, but the colors are exquisite. I'm going to show you some other things you'll see when you look at it. You can rub them on like I just did, rub them off. You know, we were getting all this color in the texture. They have a beautiful color palette. Sally, why don't you put that link in the box right now as well for Creative Expressions Gilding wax, and then also the link to Claire's class so people can see what it looks like. I'm a fan of these colors. Lots to choose from. And they do have a little bit of a metallic glow to it. You'll see that in a sec when I do a little close-up there of it. You'll see. It'll get even more fun. You use Gilder's paste, June? Yep. Is it only for polymer? No, it's not, Dawn. I just was using it with that. You fill out a gilding wax for metals anyway. Yeah, I loved this. You know, it is for metals. I was using it on polymer, but you see how it does, and I'm going to show you one other thing really close up. It starts doing a great shine. It goes into the little crevices. This, I believe, Beth, that I think Claire, I'm not positive on that answer if she's using something at the end. She is. Now I'm remembering. She does coat it with something at the end when she uses it in her bracelet. Here's a little, I made one other thing here so you can really see this shine here. But it's really metallic. So I love them. You could use them on, I'm sure, a variety of things. But the colors are great. Georgie just said you only ordered 3 colors. Yeah, I know, but that'll change. You know how that goes. Come on. But I loved how that looked. So that's that. All right, now here, let me just show you what it looks like in this bracelet. All right, so this was in Claire's bracelet, where the link is in that box for you for this class. That was before the crackle. So that's a blend of colors. Claire tells you exactly the colors she uses. She loves this product. When Claire loves a product, she calls it her babies. That was just the first coat on white polymer clay. Crazy, I think. There were the colors she was using. Just wanted you to be able to see that. That's how it looked on the bracelet as she was working. That's not finished. That was just in process there with crackle. And she uses amazing things in this class. And there's how they look at the end. Just saying. I mean, I'm blown away. So pre-baking, you know what, Corinne, I'm not going to send me an email on that so I can answer you like intelligently. I know, Tamara, isn't that incredible? Take the class. She's a genius. I'm just saying that particular, I watched her with my own eyes use those creative expressions on that, and I was blown away. And I'm going to show you another tool she uses for that as well. She uses a lot of different things, but that's her color agent for the most part there. And I just like freaked out. I love this. I love the class. So that is Miss Claire Moncel. And her creative genius. She uses a bunch of different things, but she used a lot of that, and I freaked out when I saw that. All right, so that's that. Now I have to unmute Miss Julie Haymaker. I'm going to brag about her for a minute, too. Okay, Julie, you there, girl?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. All right, let me talk a little bit about...
Hello, everyone.
Yes, this is Julie Haymaker, and Sally, why don't you put that link in the chat box now? Okay, as I said before, I fell in love with her work. You're going to see on this little video, she's going to talk us through this, what she does. This is shrink dink material. All right, Julie, tell us all about this.
I'm using just basic shrink plastic. On my website, I have my own brand now. Yay! The basic ones that I use, I do a lot of different things with it, but basically this is going to be demoing using colored pencils on it with the shrink plastic on the rough side. It has a rough and ready side like Strathmore paper that's ready to take mediums, and a smooth side. The kit that I offer with my little doming mold comes with a template, a basic template that you trace onto the shrink plastic. And then you trace, color, cut, and punch. So I think this is going to be coming up.
And, let me tell everyone something. What we're doing for the class that Julie is doing, yes, you get the JPEG she's showing there of the different templates. And then you can order her molds. She's showing how to do the whole bracelet. But we also are going to be, for people who have a curio and want to make a lot, we're going to have for sale also a Studio 3 file or a vector file, so you can use your curio to cut them out.
Yes, so you won't have to hand cut it.
Correct.
But if you don't have the curio, you can hand cut it.
Right.
So once you get that done, you color your patterns on with colored pencil. That's just one of the many techniques you can use on it. There I am, all ready to go. And there we see the dome base, the base block. This is the glide pin.
This is such a great idea.
This is the dome base. And this is the doming pin. So we take our little cutout colored shrink bead, Before it's shrunk down, we place it on the glide pin, and then I will heat it with the heat gun.
And I love this piece that you have up in the corner. You can see a beautiful necklace up there too. I mean, you can add this idea, and she's showing you how to do all kinds of things to any of your pieces. It's like making your own beads.
Yeah, this makes your own beads. Well, technically it's a bead cap, but I have a 4-piece mold set that comes with 4 different designs, and then the classic mold set that I'm selling right here, the basic mold set that I'm showing right here. Notice how it shrunk down, it shriveled and it shrunk down.
Mm-hmm.
And while it's still warm, you just place the little doming pin on it and gently press while it's still warm. And it cools very quickly and hardens again. I'm pulling it off.
Adorable.
And there we have it.
Yay.
There's your bead.
I love it. I mean, it's so many possibilities with this.
Exactly. It's just a tool. This is a piece called Wearing Wonderland. It's a bracelet. This is another piece that I've done called Falling Petals. On my website, I have a variety of classes and kits that combos you can buy, and the different mold kits. And then in January, the very special class for CraftCast.
I am very
after
excited.
the harvest.
Yes. I'm very excited. I love this. I think it's adorable. You know what it reminds me of? I have an old Venetian glass necklace with lots of little beads that look similar to this. And it's very festive, and I love it. Well,
the little beads come out looking like baby Dale Chihuli's, if you're familiar with Dale Chihuly, the glass blower.
Yes,
they're a very lightweight version of a lot of lampwork artists are taking using my tools and kind of switching over to this or combining it with both, because they get the color and the handmade look and the transparency, but lightweight. And there's our class that we're offering.
And there is one of those beads that has that sort of look to it right there that you're going to show us how to do. It's great.
And I'm using these as spacer beads. You can use them as dangles. You be creative. I'm supplying the tool, and shrink plastic has a new way in jewelry, other than just using it as a flat little shape.
Yes, it's fantastic. Someone asked, and Letitia, what we're going to do is you can hand cut this, but we're combining whenever there's a way to make a template or something that works for the silhouette or the curio. We're making files up, and then craftcast.com has a design store where you can buy files for your silhouette, which really helps a lot of people because you don't have to start from scratch, especially when you're starting out. And you can work with those. So that'll be available for this as well. So we just like to combine it all. So that's how that's going to work.
And in the mold that you can purchase on my site, it comes with a template. And if you don't have the silhouette, you can hand cut. But by God, if you have the silhouette, oh my gosh, it makes a huge difference.
Right.
And on my site, I have a lot of templates, but you would have to scan them into the silhouette yourself, where the CraftCast will have the template for the class we're offering in January already for your silhouette. So you can either hand do it, hand punch it. My site has all the shrink plastic tools, but I am really excited about Allison offering it for the silhouette.
This is what I like. I like to leave us all at the end of the event, just like going, oh my gosh, like little kids with too much
I'm all
sugar.
ready to start crocheting.
I know, right? The crocheting, it's fantastic. All right. Thank you so much, Julie. I'm going to mute you. You can hang on if you want for sure to the end. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
All right. How much fun was that? All right. So now I like to mix it up with a little bit of, there's that shawl, which we love. All right, so take a look at this. All right, so, yeah, you know me, I'm techie. But people are really wanting to photograph their stuff. They want to do videos and all of that. Okay, here's a little system I love. So take a look at this. And Sally, why don't you put in the box Photo Joe. This is called a splat. And yes, there are those. Who has any of those little tripods out there, like the Gorilla and the one that looks like a bunch of balls and all of that? this is different because it's really hard to bend. You really have to push it. So I'm going to show you how I used it for our purposes and maybe doing videos and shooting jewelry. So it's a good little tripod that you can really wrap around something. And let's say you want to shoot something, which I'm going to show you on my jewelry bench, and it's awkward to get your camera in there. This is one of those things where you can wrap it around something and use it that way. All right, the other thing, you can hold it flat. Oh, and if you want to do 35, like a single lens reflex, it's strong enough to sit with a single lens reflex right there on top, not just a iPhone. So there it is. It has that little screw up there. It's really strong. And then this little part here is called a glyph. Okay, so the glyph is a way to attach any smartphone to the splat. But I'm showing all this because I like these things. They work. So I have a big iPhone 7 Plus. It's oversized. So the glyph goes on, and it can go on right there, and it clicks on over my case, and you lock it down, and it's on there good. It's not jiggling around. So then you can take that glyph and now screw it, just like whenever you're putting your camera onto a tripod and you just screw it onto the base, same thing. So you can do that with the glyph. So you screw that on, and then you can open it up, insert iPhone, and lock in place, and you're good to go. And it holds it quite well. I'm thrilled with it. And I'm going to show you a few other ways that I worked with this, but I think it works great. I shot videos of Claire when she was here close up just by using this wrapped around a pole, but it also has something really good to hold on to so you can be really steady if you just want a handhold. Some people use it just as a tripod. I'm going to show you that as well. So there you go. It's a glyph and a splat from Photo Jojo, and I really like them. So here's one way I used it, which was on my jewelry bench, and I had it in my clamp. And look at that. And then I was able to shoot right there, soldering right there at the jewelry bench. Held it great. Here's how it basically looks upright. I saw this, I thought, yeah, see, you can really wrap it around something and hold it tight in place. You can also use it as a handheld, just as a tripod. And it does hold a single lens reflex. I did put mine on there. It was great. And then that's the glyph that goes on the back, and it holds nice and tight. So there you go. Photo Jojo. I don't know them. I don't have coupon codes from them. They send goodies, though. They're great to deal with. I really like them. If you get on their email list, I think they show great stuff. So there you go. I hope you like that. Okay, this next one's really, really good. They're all good, right? All right, Craft Optics. Does anyone have Craft Optics out there, the eyewear? I love these people. This is a genius product. So let me just show you this. Craft Optics. This is the travel case, and this has a big coupon code at the end. If you've been thinking about doing this, this is the time to do it. That's my case that I love. You open it up. Jeff Kaplan over at Craft Optics. What a guy. They have such great customer service. All right, so you email them your eyeglass prescription. They're great to help you on how to do that if it's confusing. I love this because his background, his dad was a dentist, he said. So that's how he got into doing this. And so what they do is my glasses there, the red glasses, have my prescription, but then those magnifiers are attached. Also attached to that is what I use these every night. I can't say enough great things about this as well. That's the Dream Beam. And you'll see in a minute when I turn it on. They're on your wish list, right? When dentists get old, they all use these. It's like great dentist tools. They know what they're doing. I use them every night. I had to send mine back. This is another great thing because my prescription just got slightly stronger, and so they made, they just put new prescription in my glasses. Love it. So that's a Dream Beam that goes on top. There it is on. It is really bright. And when I talked to Jeff, what he said was the way it's set up, there are no shadows when you use it on your hands. I use it at night for applique and needlework, and it is genius. I couldn't do it without it. But the light makes such a difference. I mean, you can just see everything, and it is really bright, and it is shadow-free. They have a money-back guarantee. I believe it says on here, wait, let's see. If you have flex plans with glasses, it's covered on some of plans that people have. I can't say enough lovely things about them. They're wonderful. So what Jeff said he would do for us, because he knows Annie loves her Craft Optics, right? You want Craft Optics. I know. I'm telling you. All right. So the price with everything is usually, he's taking $75 off. And Sally, why don't you put those links in there right now? That's the travel case he's throwing in for free as well. The coupon code is CraftCast75. So through October 31st. Big borrow and steal. This is worth it. So he never does 75 off. He usually does $75 off. He usually does $50 off. So this is better than like any of his shows that he does. So you get, let's see, it's $524 for the glasses and the telescopes. That includes your prescription, whatever it is, and then $225 for the Dream Beam, $773 for everything. But with this coupon, you get everything for $698, plus they're giving the $40 travel case for free. So I was so excited to be able to tell you guys all about it. Does it run on mains electricity? No, it's battery operated. This little case right here, Vicki, holds, I think it's 4 AA batteries. I do know they're working on one that will be rechargeable. And I can say from personal experience, the batteries last a long time. So it's genius. I really can't say enough great things about it. It's, I missed mine for the week and a half it was gone. And they're wonderful to talk to. So definitely take advantage of that. If you have any questions at all, here is my little, just email them. Sally put the website and all that information in there. They're wonderful people. There's my little case, everything in there. And there it is with the light on. You can tell how bright that light is. And here's one of their little diagrams that shows everything on their website, the telescope, the little nose pads, how everything's attached, blah, blah, blah. It's all great. So I hope you enjoy that. It's really, really good. Progressive lenses in your glasses. Kelly, I don't know the answer exactly to that. I would think they could do that. But check with them. And Jeff, Jeff, if you're on tonight, just send me an email in the chat box and you could answer that. Let's see. What about those who wear contact lenses? Oh, you're way out of my realm right now. I would talk to them because they're genius with it all. They'll give you all the correct answers for that. I don't want to say the wrong thing there. I wear glasses. I don't wear contacts, so it was easy. So I don't really know how that works. I don't know. That's a really good question. So you're saying like leave your contacts in, but still use the glasses and see close up. These are the questions that Jeff would be the man to talk to. So just email them. Tell them you saw, you were on CraftCast for the I Love Tools, and you just want to know some answers to questions. So take advantage of that. They are lovely people. All right. So what is next here? Is it Ms. Oh, okay. Let me show you this. This blows my mind. Who used a X-Acto blade or still does? Or better yet, who's cut themselves with X-Acto blades? That's what I want to know. Because me. Thank you very much, people. Yeah, all the me's are coming in. All right, so I use, and you never cut. Georgia, you've never cut yourself. Okay, fine, be that way. I have many a time. I've been using X-Acto blades forever. And, you had a student slice his leg open. Yeah, I'm telling you, They are great. And I love mine, and I did grow up with it, but I'm just telling you, I cut myself, everyone who's writing in with all their cuts. Okay, so again, Claire Moncel, she's here doing this class of this bracelet. Well, take a look at this. I'm going to the finished carved one here first because I just want to show you this. This is still work in progress. She hasn't finished it yet. This is part of the class I showed you about hers. But she does all these carvings using tools, but this one I'm going to show you called the slice. The slice is ceramic blade. All right, let me show you this video because I really didn't believe it. All right, so here I am. I'm going to show you what happens. First of all, the tool's beautiful. It is designed, and excuse me right now, I forget the designer. Wonderful designer. This has won lots of awards. It's beautiful. Okay, see that? No cuts. No cuts. I even got braver. I'm like, okay, no cuts. Doesn't hurt. You don't feel anything. But watch this. And cut a perfect slice. Ta-da! Crazy. I don't know. Maybe it's just magic and you have to say abracadabra. I don't know. It's brilliant. You can cut genius perfect. And boop, boop, boop. Didn't cut myself at all. And I was nervous still to do it. But then I got braver and I'm like, no, see, nothing. No cuts, no blood. It's fantastic. So that's the slice. And Sally can put, I think I gave you guys my Amazon store link. It's a good price. It's Prime if you have it. Amazon Prime. You can take advantage of it if you don't see it anywhere else. But wait, didn't I have something? Oh, it's right here. I know. So those aren't my hands. I wish they were with those beautiful nails, but it cuts beautiful curves too, easily. And here was the bangle before all those different wonderful colors were on. And then that was finished. All right, I can see it. We have popular questions. All right, let me go back to the slice right here. Up to 10 times longer lasting than steel. Let's see. Does it retract? Nope. It just stays like that. Let me just see here. I love all these questions. You're using one right now. See? We love it. Korean rotary cutters. Also good for slicing fingers. They are. They do another one, though. They have some other products done by this. They have one that's actually a scalpel blade that's done this way. I saw. Let's see. You know, just all these people we've cut ourselves. Will it work on metal clay? Yeah, I'm sure it will. I don't know why it wouldn't. I haven't tried that. I know it's a wow thing, right? It doesn't retract. It just, you put the cap on. What thickness does it cut? Good question, Vicki, and I don't know the answer to that. I had no problem getting through that one piece of paper, and Claire was doing it through the polymer clay, like here in the card bangle, the white one right here, you can see. I mean, those pieces came out really easily, and these scratch marks. She might have used another one, the BB tools for those, but the scratch marks and everything were with that. And is this clay cured? Yes, so it was hard. Does it get dull? It said it lasts a long time. And I'm going to bet, how long does it last? They sell them in packs of 12. I think that's more because of maybe in a studio. I don't think it's because they dull that fast, Dawn. Will it cut glass? I have no idea, but I don't think so. Why doesn't it cut you? I don't know. It's magic. Barbara, you have used one on wet clay. Thank you very much, Barbara. Fred, if you're on a budget and would like to see a nice product, go to, GarrettWade.com. There you go. Is it cutting cardboard? I think it can. I think it can. I mean, it went right through that paper. I think it's the same as X-Acto blades, to tell you the truth. And yes, Tamara, I think it would work great on faux bone. I don't think it would cut it. You got to use a saw for that. But it would definitely carve into it. Absolutely. You know, it would make different kind of marks and all those kind of things, which I like. Dates are outdated. Here's a link to review of, you did a Craft Optic review. Lovely. Okay. All right. And do you love them too, Annie? Let's see. No cutting glass. Thank you, Barbara. Nope. Can it be sharpened? I don't know, Katie, but someone always comes up with a technique. like sharpening our silhouette blades with aluminum foil. So who knows? Claudia, it has a 2 millimeter cutting edge, so probably won't cut much thicker. Oh, but you know what? There is the scalpel. The blade doesn't have depth, so it works for thinner material. There you go. It is thinner material, but they do make, and I didn't order the scalpel, and that looks a lot more like an X-Acto blade. So I'm thinking that could cut more. Ceramic blades can't be sharpened. Thank you, Barbara. Nope, they cannot be sharpened. So does it carve? Yes, that's exactly. It was carving cured polymer clay. This is cured right here. So they're fun. They're definitely worth having. Here's the little package again. Like I said, though, there is the scalpel, and I think there might be one other thing designed by, I can't remember how to pronounce this man's name. I believe it is a man. Shouldn't say, I'm pretty sure it is a famous designer because it's just lovely to hold in your hand. That's the other thing that Claire Moncel loved, that the way it was like working with a pencil like here in your hand. So you had a real comfort holding it. So, right? It's cool. It's worth having, I'm telling you. All right, so that's that. Again, just check. There's a link in there for Amazon, and you'll find it. It's sort of all over the place there. All right, now this is, who's heard of Curio Magic? All right, so Curio Magic is a fabric stabilizer, and this is what I did with it, and it eventually ends up in the curio. So I don't know, it's more magic stuff in here. This is non-toxic. You can wash it out. Lovely material to play with. All right, so here's just a very limp piece of cotton. I sprayed it with Curio Magic. I actually, as a little tip, did more than spraying it. I sprayed a bunch in a little baggie, and I saturated the whole piece of material in the baggie. So it really got all over the place. The women at the girls at the counter at the Curio Magic told me to do that. All right, now it comes out that stiff. Now we have something else. And yes, if you wanted to wash it out at the end, you can. But I want to show you what I did with this. So they are stiff enough now. Well, I'll show you. I put it in the curio, but they have some heft to them. I also, to make one even more hefty, I took some fabric stabilizer. Corinne, what are those called? Like Wonder Under or something that you buy in the fabric store. That's a flower I've been playing with cutting out on the curio. And I ironed 2 pieces together and made it even thicker. I'm also playing around with putting Curio Magic on crepe paper. These are all things in the works. But I'm going to show you how I did that material and the colors. But the Curio Magic is great. It can really make all kinds of things much stiffer to play with. So I'm going to show you here. So what I did was to make this material, this is shaving cream, and you Wonder Under, Corinne said Wonder Under, Steam a Seam, and Pellon Fusible. These are things you put in between materials with your iron, and now it fuses the 2 pieces together. So I had pattern on both sides. Thank you, darling, for telling me. So this is shaving cream. This is a really simple way to do some, to make that sort of marbleized look on your material. So now that's shaving cream. I threw some paint on top, and then this is what I did when I was using it on cardstock. But I'll show you right away what I did then when I switched to material. Then I took a chopstick and I draw through all of the paint, and I start like, this is what I was talking about before. It's sort of like cake making. Now I'm playing like it was icing. All right, so here it is. This time here, you can see all the fabric paints up there, and I poured them in. I just used the cheapest shaving cream on sale. And I've marbleized all underneath. But now, because this piece of material has been treated with Curio Magic, it's stiff like paper. So I can lie it on top of the what I've done down there with the fabric paint, and it holds its shape. You pull it off, you scrape off the shaving cream, and the material comes out beautiful. So much fun. Here's a bunch of them just drying. Now, yes, if you want at that point, Ellen loves Material Magic. Yep, it's great. Be careful with batiks, the dye will run. Okay. Yeah, could be a bonus, you're right. If you wanted now, let's say you wanted to just do that on material, and now you want to not have the material stiff anymore. Yes, you can rinse it right out of the material, and it's fine. Here's a little close-up. So I was playing with, there's just the white material I made stiff with Material Magic, put it through the silhouette cutter. And this is a close-up of that. I mean, this blows me away. I'm just saying. Doesn't that look like a printed, amazing marble material? I know Dawn just went, wow. I'm telling you. It's really amazing. Here's another close-up of all of those. Now here's wait, let me go back to that close-up. Yeah, so all of these, and I used a pattern there because I thought that was fun. Oh, good, Cindy's on, yay. But you could use white, you could use a color, it's endless. But I just wanted you to see that. Now, Material Magic, I think, Sally, you put in that link for people to buy Material Magic. This is a kit that they also sell there. Now, just as a little tip, the material in there, you get a little bottle of the Material Magic. You get, I think, a pattern to cut out. And the materials, take a look at it. You might not love the materials that are in there, but it's a little kit that they also sell. So you might just want to do it on your own, just buy some big bottles. But here's what I also did with those. So fabric, those are little fabric baggies. Now I do cut that out of. Right there you can see. I tape it down on my curio. And then I cut out these little purses out of the material. And they're cute, and they're stiff, and they're great little, I think, little gift bags. And you can get that. Sally, if you could put that link in the box as well. There is, on the website, on craftcast.com, you'll see there's a party bag files you can buy, all set up. This is included, ready, set to go with your curio. So how much fun is that, right? Never knew shaving cream could be so much fun. All right, so there is that. All right, now I'm jumping over to Cindy. You there, girl?
I'm here.
Yay!
Kind of.
Kind of? Uh-oh. Did we lose you before?
I got kicked off a lot, 5 times, but I'm here.
Why?
It said GoToMeeting is experiencing technical difficulties.
Wow. I'm gonna have a little chat with them. All right, so walk us through here, and we hope that you don't get kicked off.
Well, we have been working on doing deep etching for a while, and Amy Chomis has been wonderful, and we have 2 tips that she's given us. We use the original tip, which we've been using, I think, for the last 6 years. And then she got us a blunt tip, which helps us do this deep etching. Mm-hmm. And what this is a 9-card piece of clay that I've etched a pattern on into the chambers. I'm learning to enamel in about 3 weeks from Pam East. But we were having a bit of a problem because the pieces, according to Pam, the edges on the pieces need to be very straight. Mm-hmm. So we talked to Amy, and we engineered a new tip, and she's got it for sale now, and it's very, very sharp and very narrow. So what it does is straighten up the edges. So these pieces are perfect for enameling and also for resin. They're beautiful even by themselves. And the curved edge was not a problem, which if you're just doing a deep etched piece, but this particular piece, the resin would not be secure if the edges were not sharp. And Pam made me sand the edges of a lot of pieces. And so I said, we need to fix that.
Right.
And she's been testing also. So I'm very excited about enameling, and I'm very excited about this new tip.
So let me tell people, so if you're into metal clay, this is metal clay using your curio. And these are different tips from Amy that you do a variety of things. And I'm going to show you two new classes of Cindy's in a sec. They'll blow your mind. So this is which tip is this now, Cindy?
This is the brand new tip. Okay. And we're using a single line font to do this beautifully printed text on that's a pretty tiny piece. That top one is just about an inch. And you can go very small and it's very readable.
Amazing. All right. And here's some metal clay.
So here was the big problem. Besides the reason we started deep etching, with the curio, we could always do overlays. We could always do a base. But those of you that use metal clay know attaching an overlay to a base is a lot of work. You have to put the slip on, you have to refine the sides, you have to be careful not to mess up your texture. And with enameling, it's especially important because on the inside, there have to be no gaps because otherwise the enamel will go underneath and push up and it'll be a big mess. But so it worked pretty well, but it was still a lot of work. And I actually did the left one and it was a lot of work. But now we can take 9 cards worth of clay and etch a beautiful chamber and then put a texture on top of it and also straighten up the sides. So this is going to be a big revelation for those who want to design their own pieces. So here is what the straight sides, this is that same piece in the middle of etching. And you can really see the straightness of the sides in this picture.
All right, and here are the tips we're talking about here. So this is the new one back here, correct?
Right. And the middle one is the blunt one. And we use that before we put the texture in the chamber, it burnishes it down so it's a really nice surface to put a texture on. And the first one is the original, which we use for all kinds of things.
Right. And here is a piece that you've, etched?
So I deep etched it, and then I put a pattern on it. Then I straightened up the sides, and then I put a pattern on it. And I'm actually going to show you a video of how this one was made.
No, she's crazy. You are something else, lady. All right, Beth wants to know, will the new tip work on the Cameo also? I have the other Chomas tips and use them on my Cameo.
It will, but you won't be able to do the deep etching on the Cameo because the clay is 9 cards thick.
And that won't go through.
The opening is just about maybe 1.2. I think Mags was able to go 1.2 was the thickest she'd be able to go. So 9 cards is going to be over 2 millimeters. And in the curio, we have a 5 millimeter clearance. Right. So we really could even go deeper than this. But you would be able to do the text and you'd be able to etch something that was a little bit thinner. You just have to be careful not to etch all the way through.
Got it. All right. So here is...
So I'm just going to give you a little idea of how we do this. You make your own design. So I did a little 3-petal design, and then I put I divide it into little chambers. And the first thing I do is I take with the original etcher, and I etch a little crosshatch, and it removes lots and lots of material. And it's beautiful for slip. This little tiny dust, little dust that's just perfect for making slip. So I go until I'm about 3 or 4 cards down, and then I go over it with that smooth etcher to burnish the surface. The new step is to do a little crosshatch, and Pam East actually came up with the idea of using a crosshatch for this. I was just etching around a couple times. A crosshatch and you will see in the video, it just carves off that side and makes it straight. It's really cool. And so as soon as that's done, then we put a really pretty pattern on it. Now, this pattern, I actually used the new etcher. You can also use the original etcher. It's just going to give you a slightly different look.
Okay. 2 good questions here. Vicki wants to know, how easy is it to recover the shavings?
Oh, easy. I put them in a little container and I make slip out of them. Or you can reconstitute all of this clay. And I use mostly FS 999 for this, or Easy 960 for enameling. Obviously, you want fine silver. But see, there's 9 cards worth of clay.
That's crazy.
It is crazy, but it is very easy to reconstitute.
And you color code the top of your little tools right there. I see you got purple.
I do, because I use purple is my new color for the new etcher. Pink is my blunt color etching. We color code everything. If you ever take any of my classes, it really helps those of us who are oriented. And then blue and green are the original etcher.
Do we have a coupon code from Amy? I don't know.
No, she's giving a lot of people. I think a lot of enamelists are going to be interested in starting. She's got a good price on a package of 3. She's giving a discount.
Right.
if you go to Amy Chomis Blogspot.
I think, Sally, I'm pretty sure I have that one right there. You can just, yeah, I do. You can pop that link in the box there, and people will see that. And I love women who make tools, and we're supporting all of them by buying what they come up with. It's so cool.
It's a homegrown business, and the nice thing is we found a need, and she worked with us, and she made this tip, and that's the same thing she did with the blunt tip.
And let me run the video, and then we'll finish up with those.
Okay.
We always like to watch a good curio video.
I love to make a video. So what I do when I use the curio, for those of you that don't do it, is I put something called protective film on. It's high-class contact paper, and I burnish it on, and then I pull it up because I'm etching clay. I don't want to get it all over the original mat. Plus, this protective film is got a really nice, perfect stick to put metal clay on. And contact paper does not stick very well for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
And with the curio, we put it in the right place, and it's going to totally, we could do a guide box, but we really don't need to with the curio. Those that have a Cameo are used to having to do a guide box. We just put it in the right place, and as long as the circle on my screen matches the circle, the same place on the mat, it's going to go to the right place. With 9 cards, you definitely want to burnish it down. We do not want that thing moving.
Mm-hmm.
I have also removed one platform. So this has, the Curio has a bunch of platforms. If you want to learn about it, I have a great class called Easy 960 in the Curio. And, but when you're going thick, you want to remove a little bit of height on the platform. So the first thing we do, and you'll see this is fascinating, we start with that original etcher, and we start etching down, and it's going to remove a ton of material. And I actually am starting out fairly lightly because I have etched through 9-card clay.
Oh, you have? Isn't that wild?
I have.
You know what, Sally? Can you also put in that class into a box for everyone that Cindy just mentioned? Oh, and there it is done.
Yeah, if you want to start, I would recommend the class with Easy 960 and the version 4 class together.
Yes. Take advantage of the 30% off coupons, get started. And look how easily that all came off, that you can just reconstitute.
It does. And then this is about at least 1 card down. Okay. What I want to do is I want to go down 3 cards. I probably could have done that right away, but I take it in a couple steps because I don't, like I said, one time I accidentally went all the way through. Yep. I surprised myself. But 9 cards is pretty thick. And for enameling, you really want your enameling chamber, according to Pam, who's been very kind to, until I actually learn how to do this, she's been very kind to help me understand it. You want the chambers to be about 4 cards, so you can do really pretty shading with different colors.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then you want the base to be at least 3. So we're doing a little bit more, but I can get a little deeper chamber, which gives you more opportunity. So I did it again, and now we're just about 3.
And you can use this. People have been asking Cindy about using this on copper clay. No problem, right?
Oh, any clay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, flex clays are better. Okay. I have not used Art Clay's copper clay, but Hadar's One Fire Flex is what I use for this. And she has a copper clay, but I'm pretty sure Art Clay people have used this too. So what I'm going to do now that I've got it it's a little over 3, I'm going to put the blunt etcher in. And what that's going to do is, those of you that know, when you burnish a surface, it almost puts it almost like metal. And to add a pretty texture, you really want a nice burn. You can almost see the shine there. You want a nice burnished surface.
Okay.
It's like a nice clean palette to put our new texture on. Now I'm using the new tool to remove that edge, and it's really interesting I tried to zoom in a little bit so you can see it.
This is really just so crazy. I mean, it's just pretty amazing. Let's see. Rhonda, I'm not sure which burnisher you're talking about. Are you talking about the tool itself? And then we'll answer your question.
The blunt etcher.
The blunt
burnishing stuff.
Okay, it's the blunt etcher. It's etcher. There's a link in the box right there, Amy Chomis. It's her tool. You can just check.
And now you're going to see it just almost like curling up. You'll see a piece of clay just curling up.
Yep.
So it's just taking that edge, instead of Pam having me do it by hand, which was a lot of work and it was kind of messy, it's just going to straighten up that edge. So it's going to be ready to enamel. And I will be enameling these pieces, and I'll post pictures on CraftCast for you.
And we'll be having a class in that in the spring as well. So let's see. MJ wanted to know, she thought the curio was limited to 5 cards, and yet you are using a 9-card metal clay circle.
No, we could probably, the Cameo is limited to 5 cards.
There you go.
The curio we probably could, I've done 12-card clay. You probably could even go deeper. I'm not sure, but what we do is we just remove a platform, and this has a nice clearance, but the Cameo is limited to 5 cards pretty much.
Oh, I know. Rhonda wanted to know, no, not that. She wants to know a roller that you used. What roller, when you were putting it on your
that
clay?
is a speedball.
There you go.
A rubber brayer. And that's the one I think they come in different widths. I think that one is 2 inches. I like the little bit smaller one.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's easier with metal clay.
Mm-hmm.
I think they come in 1.5 inches too.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm doing now is I'm going to be putting the texture on. And there we go.
Genius. Beautiful. Now,
I should have gone a second time with the texture, I think, after looking at it. But
oh, really?
I think so. It would have been a little deeper and more pronounced.
But once you patina it.
Once you put enamel in there, it's going to be just really beautiful.
Yeah. All right. So now I have to show off. Cindy is doing, I showed you in the beginning, but let me show you again. Cindy is doing, it's just amazing. This is her acrylic etching with your curio. Here's gives you a little sample of, you'll learn to etch everything. You can make texture plates. You can etch in faux bone. You can make your own texture plate, put it in metal clay and polymer clay. I'm
going to show, I think 4 or 5 or maybe 6 mediums to etch on. Aluminum. These acrylic texture plates are really nice. It's kind of a low profile texture, but I think you can get a little deeper than a tearaway.
Okay.
And I have a bumblebee one that I'll make a piece to show you guys. And then we're going to do a little scratch foam. I'm going to show something new, which is etching a texture onto a wax sheet. And then you can also etch on blanks, and I'm going to etch on aluminum blanks.
Oh, that's going to be fun. And then, of course, the leather journal, we know that's going to be really popular. These are beautiful. And this is so fun. I got to get a private lesson on doing the whole thing. Isn't that fantastic? So you're going to love this. I'm just telling you, it's so much fun. Lena, which class shows you how to unpack your silhouette and plug it in? Well, we have that.
The beautiful.
What do you think, Cindy? Yeah, what do you think is the best for that to start?
I think for right now, until we get a chance to do another metal clay class, I would get the Easy 960 class with the curio, because I go through the curio, and it also I always have a Cameo and portrait bonus, but you go through it goes through plugging it in, rolling the clay, all those different things that you need how to do. And each time if you purchase any of my CraftCast classes, it gives you membership to a private student group, which has lots of videos. You can ask questions, and we really get you. I don't want you to be left out hanging and having to email me. So you have this whole private student group where people are really making a ton of progress.
Let me take some more questions here. Which tool did you use the texture? How did you make the texture? Which tool was that? Laura wants to know.
In that particular case, I used the new tip.
It was the new tip.
You could also use the original tip. It's going to give you a slightly different look. It's kind of like, I don't know if you've seen Terry Kovlicek's carving class on CraftCast, but you have different tools that you use for different things. And this is kind of giving us more of an ability to have more variety, and also to do a chambered piece without as much work. Hand sanding those edges was so much work, and having a tool that will perfectly, and those of you that use resin, I'm sure you'll get a better resin fill if you have a nice sharp edge.
Oh, there's so many things.
I think,
yeah.
So
it'll
exciting.
Be great. there are the 3 tools right there, so you can take a look at them. Corinne wants to know, once you unpack it, it never goes back in the box. It's such fun. Yeah, it is pretty amazing. And Francesca said, can the leather journal be done with the Cameo? Right? Only the curio.
I think so.
You think so?
And I will
Oh, okay.
probably do a bonus on that.
Okay.
I'm using a very expensive, but a very thin leather. And that leather is probably about 1.2 millimeters. There are some little adjustments you're going to have to make to the tools to use them on the Cameo.
And Cindy's the one to be able to tell you that. Let me tell you. Beth wants to know, can that class apply to polymer clay? Absolutely, right? There's no reason why you couldn't do polymer clay.
A polymer clay journal?
No, polymer clay, the etching class. That's the one that you mean, right, Beth?
Oh, yeah. I don't use a lot of polymer clay, but I took the Jiggly Doll class, and I'll tell you, my Jiggly Dolls were great. That's Doreen's class.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a wonderful Christmas project. And it was kind of a gift to myself, and I had more fun. And I do think you could create beautiful textures onto polymer clay with this.
And then use that. Here's the class she's talking about. Doreen is incredibly talented. These great dolls, I mean, they're exquisite. And I'll be very honest, when I shot this, I'm like, there's no way I'll be able to do this. She really walks you through every step, how to paint them. They're beautiful. We just shot a new class of hers, her pod class, but we're doing pods 2.0, all these new pods. And she really does show you how to do it. I mean, they're beautiful. So you could put that through, add texture that way. Most of these things do adapt to other mediums. You just have to play around. Lena, you make me laugh. She is tremendously talented. I know. Let's see, Sylvia, would these tips work with? I don't know. Do you know if they work with the Brother scan and cut machine, Cindy?
I don't. I really don't.
Yeah.
The curio is very inexpensive. It's like $150.
Yeah.
So I think some people are using the Cricut. Some of the Aussie clay people are using the Cricut, but most of the work and the teaching has been done with the Silhouette machines.
And if you're thinking about it and wanting to save your money, we're in October. I was talking to Silhouette America. I know they're working on, what is it called? Black Friday sales. Just saying. So
awesome.
Yeah, there'll be something in there. So check out all of Cindy's classes. She's genius with this. She'll walk you through everything. There's lots of Silhouette classes on the site. So just check those all out. It's all great. And thank you, honey, for coming on. And I'm glad you didn't get kicked off and were able to tell us everything.
Me too. I'm so glad. I love tools. It's really fun.
It is. We learn a lot. Well, thank you, darling. You can stay on the line here. We're going to just do one more.
Okay.
I will mute you. All right. I'm closing with this one thing. And this is sort of funny. So I know Cindy is awesome and Doreen is wonderful. I'm telling you, they're all amazing teachers and they share amazing, beautiful work. So let me show this one last thing because I want you guys to all laugh. All right. This is the Nantucket Ditty Bag. Now, I call everyone, I don't know these people, I find them, told them the whole story here about CraftCast in emails. And, if they want to do a coupon code or whatever, I think he thought I was a little whacked. I'm just saying. I think I scared him. So, as a favor to me, if you order this bag, which is fantastic, I never show anything on I Love Tools that I haven't tried out myself. Just put a little note in there. Love the presentation on CraftCast just for me. So he doesn't think, something like, oh, these crazy people with their blogs and whatever. So let me show you this because this is why this is great. First of all, it's beautifully made. It's heavy canvas. I think it's $97 or $98. Sally, you can throw the the link for this. All right. It's heavy duty. It has this zipper. Well, first, there it is. It closes, and it's a knapsack, too, so you can put it over your shoulders. I love white canvas, too, and I love when it breaks in and gets old and sort of dirty. Okay, so you unzip it, and this is what's so cool, especially for, traveling crafters, or even if you just want to be able to put your things away, or I was thinking this is great for knitting or all your yarns or needlepoint, because look at this. Dun, dun, dun. It opens up flat with all those pockets. So you can put everything in there, and then you can zip it back up with all the pockets on the outside, which I think is pretty fantastic. I was thinking about when I go to workshops or traveling, it's really, I think, a great thing. I didn't want you to have to see the whole thing of bothering with zipping. But then now I have the inside-outside, and I can have all my tools on the outside. I just think it's a great canvas bag. I love that they're all made in Nantucket. I love the whole thing. Wait, I have some pictures here. There it is. I think it's around 98, but look at that. There it is with all the tools inside. I mean, it really holds a lot, and it's really sturdy. And there's a little bit smaller one too. And then they have higher price ones on the site because they use beautiful leather up here for the webbing. But I really think it's a great product. It's really well made. And I think it really suits us crafters and all that type of thing. So there you go. No coupon code for that. But, tell them, I saw your bag on CraftCast. I think it's definitely worth it. It came fast and really well made. There we go. How was that? Another I Love Tools. I hope you guys, you really need this, right? Isn't that great? I love it. I think it's a really great bag. So I really recommend everything I've shown, whether it's, I want to thank everyone who talked to me, who helped make videos. Big thank you to, certainly to Cindy Pope. She always does a genius job. Our coupon code, I Love Tools 12, will get you 30% off. Did I close that? Where did I put my little coupon code? Let me open that up so you have that. I Love Tools 12. Let me just open that so that we have that. You can write it down. 30% off your entire order. Take advantage of those classes. They're really great. You support great artists. I want to really thank Julie Haymaker for coming on and showing us her wonderful piece. The people at Craft Optics, take advantage of that. Don't forget, use the coupon code over there, CraftCast75, and you'll get $75 off. I think it's a great, great deal. Lovely people. Jeff Kaplan's wonderful. And everyone else, Sally who came on, everyone else who helps make this a really fun time. And especially my biggest thank you to all of you who come online, who come over to CraftCast and take classes. Thank you so much. Let's keep crafting and having a great time. I wish you all a lovely evening or a morning or day, wherever it is, wherever you are on the planet. And know that the video will be in your library, or you'll be getting directions on how to put it in your library in the next 24 hours. Thank you, everyone. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much for coming on.